Oh, and this is the quality time. Yay.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about quality time today.
Okay. Do I just chime in or you tell me, you ask questions and stuff?
If like I said, I think I kind of wants to be a little bit more tight. If something kind of really speaks to you, then I think we have good conversations. But there's going to be, I got something for you.
Okay.
So the rest, I think we're just kind of along for the ride.
I was going to say, I'm just along for the ride. We're so in sync. I love this.
Cool. So whenever you're ready.
Okay, and I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Jingling.
Weird shadow in front of the thing. Freudian Slips.
Hello, Ollie.
Hi, Danny.
And hi, everyone else. This is Freudian Slips. This is a place where we get to talk about the strengths, kinks, and things of the mental health field. And today, we are going to be talking about quality time. We're going to be talking about quality time. This is tied into the whole 5 love languages series that we got going on, but we've already talked about that, blah, blah, blah. Here we are. Okay. And so, Ollie, really quick, do you talk about quality time, or just where does quality time stand in your practice? Yeah.
I think it comes up. Normally, I think quality time, if people are talking about or like bringing up things that they know that they should like incorporate more of, or if they're pointing out things that they know they do well or something, like I think quality time is the one that their brain jumps to. And
Sure.
It's like, oh, but like, yeah, we haven't been spending really much quality time together. Like they'll kind of say it as an aside, or vice versa. It'll be like, and we've like really been going out of our way to like have a lot more quality time. And so I think it comes up a lot more than maybe some of these other quote unquote love languages, just because I think even outside of the whole love languages concept, like in couples therapy, I don't know, I guess I think maybe people already come in feeling like there is like an importance or some kind of emphasis on quality time.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for bringing that up. I think in my practice, or the way that I've kind of experienced it, I think quality time has become a little bit of a buzzword.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want it, but they don't really know what it means to have it, because they also like what they're doing. They feel like the things that they do in their daily life is good, and yet they still want quality time. It almost seems very elusive. And so today, I want to make it very simple, very practical. I want to go over what quality time is. I want to go over what quality time is not. And I also want to go over 5 reasons why I think investing in quality time in your relationship would be important. Cool?
I love this. This feels like a ShamWow, like infomercial. Here's why you need them. Here's why the other guys are suckers. And here's 5 reasons why you should invest in our ShamWow of quality time.
Cool. So let's start off with what quality time is not. I want to get this one out of the way because I do think it brings up a very interesting conversation, but I don't want us to get derailed as we continue on with the episode. So quality time is not about just being in the same room. It's not about multitasking. It's not about scrolling on your phone while you're next to each other. It's not sitting near each other while you guys are watching TVs. Quality time isn't running errands in silence. It's not logistical conversations. It's not all of these things. Now, the reason why I want to get this one out of the way is because, again, I think this is where a lot of people will say, but Danny, like, I love going to the market with my partner. I love just sitting down and watching a show with them. I love doing, just random things. It doesn't matter what we're doing. When I'm with my partner is when I'm happiest. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I love running errands with my wife. I love vegging out and watching shows. We have a bunch of shows that we watch. And talking about just like the things that we have to do doesn't bother us. Like it makes us feel as if we are a team, as if there is like vision and like growth in our relationship. Those are fine. But what I will say is that I believe that the reason why I have two theories, and you tell me, Ollie, which one, if any of them, if you think I'm onto something.
Okay.
I have 2 theories. The reason why I think those still feel very connective, or why people would look at those and be like, no, Danny, you're wrong. That is quality time to me. First theory is because I think what we're experiencing is the result of having had quality time. When you feel that your relationship is strong, when that stuff is actually going well, yeah, all these little mundane things kind of feed off of that energy. I don't mind doing the chores. I don't mind doing the errands because of the quality time that we do have, And so these things kind of like add to it, but they are not the foundation of it is really what I want to say. Errands and having fun, doing all the mundane stuff, I really do think is the cherry on top of a good relationship, but it's definitely not the foundation. It is not what I would say quality time is. That's my first theory. My
Okay.
second theory is I also wonder if sometimes what people are actually feeling very good, connected, fill in the blank with while doing these things is I think people are really kind of able to be with themselves during these things. So you might say, well, watching shows with my partner feels so connective. It feels like such good quality time because this show means something to me. Resting means something to me. Or you might say that running errands with my partner is like the most, is the best idea of quality time that we can have. Well, because I'm a very action oriented person. And so when I'm allowed to really kind of shine and my partner provides me an environment for that, I feel as if that is quality. I think that there's like value and truth to those things, and I'm not trying to discredit any of those experiences. That's not what I'm doing here. I just want to say that that seems to be a little bit different. That's not what I'm talking about as foundational quality time. And so those are my two theories, but I don't know, any of them make sense to you?
Ooh, yes. I mean, I like both of them. My brain went to, especially when you said like sitting next to each other scrolling, or I think even
Mhm.
the TV could be a good, like kind of adjacent kind of or a parallel to that
Yeah.
too. Is I think we can get like sucked into scrolling and like phones and like screens in general are such a big like part of our culture now and can be so addictive that I also think it can be difficult when we're maybe kind of addicted to certain things or they like give us some kind of dopamine rush in the moment or like make us feel calm, even if it's in a way that's like manufactured or short lived or not actually like the healthiest way to feel calm or long term, that our partner doing it next to us can feel good. But that doesn't mean it's either like quality time or something that's really healthy or even something that we're like consciously choosing. Like it can feel like, oh, but I like that. But maybe you only like it because you know you're also kind of sucked into it and it's hard for you to stop, even if you were
Yeah.
alone. So I don't know. My mind also goes there. Not to say that anyone who watches TV or scrolls on their phone sometimes is like addicted or that's a problem to do next to your partner. But that's where my brain went too, is it's like, oh, but if we're also kind of sucked into these things or like addicted to them at night, even if we wake up every day and it's like, oh, like, why did I do that for so long again? Or things of that nature, it's a lot easier at night or in the moment to feel like, oh, yes, like I feel like almost like it's okay because my
Mm.
partner's doing it next to me. We're doing it
Oh.
together. Like, this is totally fine.
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe like a
Okay, I
slightly
can see that.
different angle, but that's where my brain went.
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Yeah. So to reiterate, I don't think that any of these things are wrong. I personally love doing mundane stuff with my wife. I think that's all great. This can feel connective. What I believe is that this kind of builds or this takes from the connection that's already built. It doesn't necessarily build the connection itself. It's the cherry on top, but it is not the foundation. I want to talk about the foundation. What is quality time? Quality time is intentional, emotionally present time spent together that strengthens connection. I have three core elements that I believe are necessary for quality time. One is intentionality, two is attention, and three is emotional engagement. So, going over each one, what does it mean to be intentional? I think this is when we choose to connect, when we make a conscious decision to spend time together. So, again, I think it's easy for us to look at, whoa, we have a show. We always sit down every Friday, we watch the show, that there is intention there, right? I think it takes all three. I think it's setting time aside, which is why we love date nights, which is why as sex therapists, we say, let's schedule sex, let's put it on the calendar. Making it a priority, putting it on the calendar, I think is a great thing. So, intention is actually making the conscious choice to do something. Attention is undivided or minimally divided focus, which is where I think a lot of these things really start to fall apart. You don't really have attention on your partner when you're watching shows, when you're scrolling on your phone, when you're talking about logistics. They're all great, but we lose this one. The third one is emotional engagement. There has to be some level of sharing, of curiosity, or responsiveness. Quality time is about presence and what I'd say is intimacy. Intimacy to me is a core foundational level of a healthy relationship. And the way that I define intimacy is to know and be known. So, what I'm saying here is that real quality time is about making the choice to be together, to give each other our attention so that we can know and be known by one another. That is going to be my definition of quality time. Does that make sense?
Ooh. Yeah, can I say something? The attention one, I think
Mhm.
it goes back to even, like, what we were talking about in the examples of what quality time isn't. The attention one trips me up because I think it's hard for people to have undivided attention, like, by themselves or in anything we
Sure.
do. Because I think, again, we are such a culture that pushes, what's it called? Multitasking and these things that you can't actually technically do. We can just switch attention really, really fast, but you can't do more than one thing at a time. Like, I think we're so wired to want to do that or be as efficient as possible, even when we're with ourselves. That's why I think it's so hard for people to even just like sit and read a book and not like listen to the audiobook while you're doing this other thing or
Mhm.
like, yeah, do an activity that like your phone or a screen isn't involved at all. Like, I think that's hard enough to do on your own. That I see why then we take it into quality time. And if that's difficult for people to do on their own or they feel like, "Oh, no, 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 but I like doing it this way." I see why that maybe doesn't show up in quality time.
Yeah, thank you. And I also wonder if that's maybe why we would get pushback by defining it this way. That a lot of people would push back and say, no, 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 these things are also quality time because I think what you said is true. I believe that we are wired to really have this scattered attention. Everything today is just so overstimulating that to call into, I guess, attention that is like such a almost like a pandemic for us, like that responsibility that says like, oh shit, like I should really start putting my phone down, I should really start slowing down, I should start, managing my attention. I think might rub people in an interesting way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's why even now there's the whole, I mean, Danny, have you heard of like the whole like slow living movement? I think it's cool. I mean, it's kind of like minimalism ish. Like there's people that just really promote slow living. Like it's doing things slower and with intentionality and like just at a smoother pace, like one thing at a time. Like it's like a whole way of life essentially or philosophy to live by for
Hmm.
people. But again, I am like I love these kinds of things, but I almost just find it funny because even like minimalism is like it's just unwiring the wiring we've done to ourselves by like making it seem like we need more and more and more, just to then later be like, nah, shit, okay, maybe we didn't need more and more and more. And so now let's undo what we tried to do to ourselves. So,
Okay, that's
yeah.
interesting. All right, so let's get into 5 reasons why I think quality time is important and why you should start investing in it. Okay. So, reason number one is that quality time builds emotional safety. And when a partner consistently shows up with attention, the nervous system relaxes. Secure attachments form through repeated micro moments of attunement. Repeated micro moments of attunement. This is a daily practice, an intentional practice. If quality time is a conversation, if we are buying into this whole love language thing, I think quality time should say that you are a priority in my life. So please spend some quality time because you want to build that emotional safety. That's number one. Number two is it prevents emotional drift. Couples rarely fall apart overnight, they drift. This is something that we see all the time, especially as couples therapists, or I think even as sex therapists. We have couples that really, really do love each other, but they've lost that kind of emotional connection, that sensuality or the sexuality, right? We were talking about this in our physical touch episode a couple weeks back. Without intentional connection, partners slowly become roommates, they become co parents, they become business partners. Right? Because as our lives grow, I think we take on so many other things. You and I were talking before we started recording just how we love our jobs, but it changes. We're already looking to the horizon of like the next chapter, what our profession is going to look like together independently. When we are not making being partners a priority, when we're not keeping that at the forefront of our mind, this is where that drift starts to happen. And 15 years down the line, you're wondering what the hell happened? Where did we go? Spending quality time today will prevent that drift. Cool.
Hmm.
Number three, it strengthens friendships and is the foundation for romance. So this comes from John Gottman. I love me some Gottman. He's a great researcher. He's a great therapist. John Gottman emphasizes that friendship is the core of lasting relationships. Couples who deeply know each other's inner world, which is a language from his theory, their dreams, their stressors, their preferences, fare better long term. So quality time builds love maps, another thing that from Gottman research, fondness and admiration, and shared meaning. And this one really kind of hits for me because if I go to back to my like hierarchy of needs in a relationship, at the top is common purpose. And if you look at the Sound Relationship House for John Gottman, it's shared meaning. Why are we together? Right? What does our relationship represent? Spending quality time to learn about each other's inner worlds, to know and be known, strengthens that, really builds that. So I think it's very important. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is that it increases emotional and sexual intimacy. Emotional connection often precedes sexual desire, especially for many women, but increasingly for men as well. What I'm noticing, we outed ourselves a couple weeks back. Me, Ryan, we love good cuddles. I really do appreciate how more men are starting to own their desire for emotional connection.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, let's
I love the men that aren't afraid to say that they want to be little spoons sometimes. Like, preach it, scream it from the rooftops.
When partners feel seen and prioritized, desire is more likely to emerge organically. I think that is something that falls on deaf ears too much. And I don't really know why. My guess is that we're all doing our best to provide for our partners, to take care of our partners. But all of that, like jobs, right? The things that we do to provide, really take us away from being lovers. And so it's like, yeah, I'm doing all this stuff. Why don't you desire me? Well, because you're not really investing in this. The quality time isn't being spent with me, it's being spent with work. And so, yeah, this is number 4 for me. Number 5 is that quality time repairs stress. We live in a high stress environment. Quality time acts as co-regulation. It shifts couples from task mode to relationship mode, from survival mode to connection mode. Even 20 minutes of real presence can help regulate a dysregulated day. Those are my 5 reasons. What do you think?
I love them. They make me so happy. But even the like strengthens friendships, the sexual intimacy, well, and emotional intimacy. I don't. It's like, yeah, because if you think about your closest friends, or I don't know, like the best relationships you ever had, sure, I think they're when it comes to sexual relationships, there might be the ones that are like, yeah, you look back on as like, that was the best sex we've ever had. But it's like, that's how you look at it. When you look at like your closest friends, I don't know anyone that's like, oh yeah, they were cool to play pickup soccer with. You know, it's like, or like surface level stuff. No, it's like the friends that you have like guttural laughs with
Mhm.
for hours on end, or the friends that like you did, I don't know, like crazy shit together and they were there for you, or when things got crazy, they were like, shit, man, like it's you and me. Like it's when stuff gets like real and deep and they can like be there with you and in it, whether it's the like really fun, happy times or the like kind of scary, stupid other times. And so, yeah. I just wish more people saw, or I don't know. It just makes me so happy with the sexual intimacy too. It's like, I don't know. I feel like everyone has to have those moments where you think back to someone that just like saw a part of you, or it like spoke to a part of you that like no one else cared enough to notice, or that they like, there's just some attention there that you're like, whoa, like I've never gotten that before, or like that felt like really nice, or like, you know, like you care so much more about me in this moment than you, or I don't know. It's like, I just don't understand. I hope everyone has those moments to look back on and are like, shit, like you might be someone that I didn't never thought was cute at all. And it's like, then they do stuff like that and you're like, I'd risk it all. You're like, what is happening? What is going on here? So it's like, yeah, that stuff makes sexual intimacy deeper. Cause like, how else do you think we stay attracted to people forever as we get old and wrinkly and like so not attractive anymore?
Yeah, sure.
Physically. Physically. I love these. They're really sweet.
Good. I'm glad that you like them. Why don't we go over a few ways of what quality time can look like? Because it can look so many ways as long as it has these ingredients. But let me give you all some examples. All right. We're going to kind of take them across certain levels. So let's start with some micro connections. If you only have 5 to 15 minutes with your partner today, or with yourself, some things that you could do is get a morning cup of coffee, or if you're me, you don't drink coffee, maybe you get tea. Have a morning drink with no phones. 5, 15 minutes. What else are you guys talking about? What are you doing if the phone's not in front of you?
Sorry, Danny. I I thought you said with no foam. I
Oh,
was
with no
like,
phone.
I think everyone puts foam on it. Like, sorry, no phones.
No phones.
No phones.
Okay. This is something that I actually do ask my clients to do, my couples to do all the time. And that is a 10, I usually say 15, 20-minute check in, right? I want it on the schedule. I want to know what is a reliable time that we check in to just see how we're doing. There's shop talk and then there's, like pillow talk. Is I want to know throughout how busy our life is. Do we have just certain moments that we can kind of fall on every Wednesday night? We always kind of have a shop talk. How are things going? How have you been? What's going on? How can I help you? Every Friday morning, we tend to have like a pillow talk. What is going great? How can we make things better? What can I do for you today? So a small ritual check-in, I think, is super important if you're short on time. The last thing I have is sitting together after dinner. Sitting together after dinner. I think it's dinner itself, I think can be such a really nice, or like any kind of meal, or that's become so ritualized in relationship culture. But I think what happens, especially when we're living together, is after dinner, everyone just kind of gets up and leaves and starts getting back to their task, whether that be washing the dishes, going to work, blah, blah, blah. So I think 5 to 15 minutes of just sitting together after a meal, really kind of letting that experience sit, because even eating itself can pull your attention. Eating itself can be the thing that's just kind of like going on in the background. You're not really having quality time. And so I would say you're already at the table. Just before you leave, give it an extra 5-10 minutes. Those are your micro connections. Anything else you want to add? 5-10 minutes. What can you do?
Ooh, 5 to 10 minutes. I'm trying to think of ones that we do and wondering if you would judge them or things that I view as quality time that I'm
Hmm.
like, are those quality time? Even if we just have 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes if the weather's really nice, Ryan and I will go for a walk, or we have a nice big yard that we'll just like go, especially this time of year is great. We'll just go like throw the ball for the boys for
Oh,
like 5 or 10 minutes, and like we'll stand in the sun and just kind of like talk about stuff and like throw the ball and play with the dogs for like, and I love it. I think it's just the most calming, relaxing thing ever. And
okay.
so I think all of these are in there. So that's mine, is like go play with your pets for a little bit, or yeah, go on a quick little stroll. Do a fun
Okay.
little, there's those cards that you can do. Some of them are friendship, some of them are for relationships, but I think honestly they all kind of work. They're all just like more intimate or deeper conversations or like
Sure.
questions
Yeah.
that you could ask each other. You can have those in a certain space, that if you just have 5 or 10 minutes, like grab one of those and ask
Ooh,
each
I like that.
other a fun question. And then just
One
like
question
move
a
on
day.
with your day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We
those are
also a
mine.
lot. We also have some more structured ones, and so there's nothing wrong with a good date night,
Yeah. But
right?
you
Or
said 5 or 10 minutes.
right, we're moving on. That was micro connections.
JK. I
Yeah.
was like, how fast are you eating?
We have structured time, right? Moving on from micro connections, we have structured time, and this is where your date nights, this is where your shared hobbies start coming into play. And then you also have more emotional time, like what Ollie was saying, asking deeper questions, processing something vulnerable, or reflecting on a shared goals or dreams. So I thought, to kind of close things out, it might be fun if you and I take a little bit of time and have some quality time together. So what I got
Oh my God.
is this.
Oh my God, you got car. I'm going to cry. Oh,
So this is this is a card game called The And. This is the couples edition.
okay.
And this is actually something that I think my wife got. It's by, I think the company is called The Skin Deep.
I've heard of those before. Like I've seen those
Yeah.
exact cards before. I don't know if they're just really good marketing or, but I've definitely seen those exact ones
Mm-hmm.
out and about.
Yeah.
This is fun.
So and I just love the design. Very, very simple.
Very simple. I do love a clean
And we
deck.
do like going through stuff like this. And so I can vouch for this if y'all want to pick them up. So her and I have gone through a few of them. And so I thought it would be fun if you and I can learn a little bit more about each other today.
Oh my God. I literally, Danny, I don't know if it was like you texted me the other day or I texted you. I don't know. But I don't, and these are probably just my hormones. But I just had a moment the other day where I was like, no, I think I was even talking to Farouz, our editor. And I was like, I love you and Danny so much. I'm like, I'm so happy I have you guys in my life. And so this is why. Then you do stuff like this. And I'm like, Danny, stop. Too much for me.
So question number 1. I have 6 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 questions. Question number 1. Ollie, what do I do that makes you feel safe in our relationship?
Oh my god. Well, your communication is lovely. I think we're both very sorry, I like adjusting how I'm sitting. I love these conversations. My husband would be like, "You're in your element right now." I think you have really good communication. And so I've never like questioned what you're thinking or like, "Oh no, like is Danny mad?" or like, "Did Danny not want to do that?" Like you're very just like clear or I like it. You're just direct, you're clear. And even if it was like, no, we shouldn't do that. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, I know what you're thinking and I trust that I know what you're thinking. And so that really helps me.
That is so validating.
Thank you. Or I'm
That is
glad.
that is so validating because I think yeah, me and my wife were talking about this the other day. Her sister had sent us a text and I was driving, so like I was not gonna pick it up. But I was like, my wife is in the back, she's with a kid. I don't really want to ask her to do it. I can do it. It's fine. Let me call. Whatever. We end up getting on the phone. The sister is asking for directions. I give her the address, blah, blah, blah. It's a very simple thing. But then as soon as I hang up, I hear my wife like laughing in the background. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, she never knows how to talk to you. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, like you hear her laughing. I'm like, yeah, I just figured like she was also talking to her partner and I don't know. It's a busy day. She's like, no, she does that because she doesn't know how to read you. Like you sound so like pissed. You sound so serious. You sound so like she never knows just how to take it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Like you asked me for directions. I gave you directions. You asked me where I was. I told you where I was. Like, what are you talking about? Like so many people think that there is like some hidden message in what I'm not saying that it's like, yo, if I say yes, it means yes. That's it.
That's hilarious because I get how people can be like that.
Yeah.
But I like read that on people. I think I'm pretty good at like reading a room or like reading social cues. I don't get that with you at all. I think there are some people that are just like naturally more even keeled or that don't have like a super wide range of expression. And so it's like as long as I know like, oh yeah, that's just how they are. Or it's like, oh yeah, like I know, yeah, maybe if there's like some other situation where I can tell someone's doing that, it's like, okay, you're saying that, but like clearly your body language
Yeah.
or this
Yeah.
or that, like I'm not, that doesn't seem genuine. Yours, I don't, yours does to me because this is how I know you. And I'm like, oh, that's just how Danny talks. Or I'm just like, that's how just Danny says things.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, that's hilarious because I feel
Yeah.
the opposite. I'm like, oh, he's so easy peasy. Thank God.
Thank you. Yeah. And I know that I enjoy sarcasm, but I actually don't consider myself to be a sarcastic person.
You're rarely sarcastic, and I know because I'll never pick up on it because you show no signs. And then you'll be like, Ollie, Ollie, that was sarcasm. Or you'll be like, no, no, no. Or you'll start like giggling. And I'm like, I'm confused. Like, so yeah, you don't do it often, at least with us.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't. I don't think I do. And so the amount of people who are like, what do I do with that? It's like you do nothing with the information. I
Yeah,
just
just
gave it
take
to you.
it. I put it
Yeah.
on the table. Just take it for what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Like the
funny.
specific example was she was like, "Oh, where are you guys?" I was like, "Oh, we're on our way, but we're stuck behind a really stupid light, so I'm just waiting for the light to turn, and we'll get there a couple minutes late." And it's just like, "Okay," and it's like there's nothing disingenuous about that. Like yeah, it's annoying. I'm not annoyed at you. It's just my life. I think I am like very comfortable with my emotions that I don't mind sharing them with people.
Yeah,
But then sometimes people don't know what to do with them. Anyways,
that's
if she's
funny.
listening, I don't know why she would, but if she's listening, I love you. You're fine. We're fine. I'm
It's
not.
totally good.
Yes,
It's just out of
we're good.
light.
Be chill. So, anyways,
That's funny. Wait, do you answer them for me too?
of course.
Yay! Oh, okay. I love these games. I love questions.
What do you do that makes me feel safe in our relationship? I think the what makes me feel safe about you is I see how passionate you are about things and I see how serious that you take them. Even though we have a lot of fun. And I think almost because we're also able to have a lot of fun, right? It's not a relationship where it's like I go to you for a laugh, but I wouldn't trust you with anything else, right? Or no, you're a really good business partner, but there's just this weird tension that always happens. Like there feels to be a very genuine just peace in our relationship even when we just send like messages back and forth, I think there's both a respect for each other's space and a peace in each other's space, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I really appreciate you.
So sweet. And
Yeah.
I like that answer, or like I appreciate that answer because I think I can, and it makes me happy. My husband tells me this all the time too. I think I come off very like nonchalant, or even in therapy. Like I'm never going to be the kind of person that shows up in like the white coat with the clipboard and the like, let me explain why I'm so knowledgeable. And like, it's just not how I roll. But like, I think in my own way, it makes me so happy when like clients or you or like my husband will make comments that are like, you're really smart. Or they're like, oh shit, like, like I can tell you know a lot about this. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not pulling stuff out of my butt. I'm not like, it's like I do really care. I just have a way of showing it that I think feels genuine to me or feels more like relatable. That like that's just my like I think that's just how I like to walk through the world. Like that's just what feels best to me. So I'm happy it doesn't come across as like idiot or like, oh God, like you can't even say that word. It's like I'm sure I say words wrong and I, like make tons of mistakes. But like also, I really care about our job and I like very deeply look into what I do. So it's like it's really nice when people can see that. And when it doesn't come across as just like, oh, Ollie doesn't care kind of a
Mhm.
thing. So thanks, Danny. 10 out of 10, gonna probably cry by the end of this episode. Just
I'll
cry.
start with this one.
Okay. Yeah. You start.
So the next question is, what do I do that inspires you?
Oh,
So what do you do that inspires me? I just love you as a business person. Honestly, it was conversations with you that really pushed me in confidence to start my own private practice, to do this, right? To really kind of like push myself. I am a very driven person, but I think really kind of taking or leaning on some of that confidence from you is what really kind of helped me get to where I am today. So you inspire me as far as just like being a professional and just going for it.
oh, thanks, Danny. Yours is kind of similar, actually. Because even though it wasn't in private practice, it's like, I feel like anything you decide you want to do, or like, you liked teaching when you wrote your book, like, and even I remember even writing your book, you're like, at the start, when you're like, okay, like for this program, like, let's try and do this together. Like, you want to get in
Mhm.
on this with me? Let's do this as like dual authors. And so, I think it's similar. Like I like your drive and I think your drive and your willingness to like go do this thing over here and go do that over there and like now as a parent and someone who's juggling it all. Like the way that you're just so like again even keeled about it and you're like, yeah, cool. Like I'm going to figure this out or like, yep, I want to do this. I'll figure out how to do that. Like I love that about you. So
Thank
similar
you.
but slightly different in like different areas.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question number 3.
This is really fun. Okay, I start with this one.
What's one thing that I can do that would improve our relationship?
Oh my god. I literally prove it. We could live closer, and then I could see you in person and hang out with your wife and your baby. And constantly tell her I'm a Tia, even though I'm like, no, I think that's like literally it. I like have zero feedback other than that. I love our friendship.
I'll take it.
You're
Okay.
like, as for you, Ollie, I have a list. Let's do a compliment sandwich, honey.
Yeah. No, the thing that comes to my mind is that we would spend more time together because at the stance, we used to get together and we used to consult and just kind of shoot the shit. And now with the same amount of time, we're also doing that and this. Like our relationship has grown, but the time has stayed the same. And so as I like project us into the future, I think our relationship hopefully is going to continue to grow. And so just the thought of like, I think I would love to just spend more time just thinking about like all the other things that we would do together. And I think we do a great job on our own. I think we're both very independent. So it's like, all right, Ollie, you're doing this week. I'm doing this. You're handling this episode. I'm handling this. And I think we have a lot of trust that when we come together, we follow each other's leads and we're great. But as I dream about us growing and having this become something more substantial, I would love to just spend more time with you.
I love it. Yeah, and I think that's like a part of, I guess, subconscious, not maybe not subconsciously, but like a part of why I want this to grow and be something that's like, oh, cool. Now it's like something we do, just not as like a fun side thing we squeeze into our practices, but something that becomes like a, oh, we actually like make our practices also around this schedule because now this is doing stuff for us or this has led to other side projects and things.
Yeah.
Is because then I think by default it's like how fun. Then I'm like working, but we're working on maybe more things together or it's more time each week working on stuff. And like then it's like you also are working with a friend and I have like a coworker instead of like just being on this little island that we are when you're in private practice. So it's like I think that's a part of why I find that so fun too, is because it's like, why would you not want to do that with like one of your best friends?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're halfway
Oh
there.
my God, I love this. This is like, I'm gonna be too emotionally like I'm this is filling my cup up too much today. Oh,
Question number 4 that I have for you is, what are your 3 favorite memories that we've shared?
that we've shared. I think I just love how we met and how we like just continued being like, let's just keep talking to each other. Like, this is fun. Or like, oh, cool. Like, you operate very similar to me in this space and care about research and like take this really seriously. So it's like, I love that. I love when I just like learn something new about you. Like, was there one where we thought maybe your sister threw the rock at your head? What was the
No.
time where we talked about like the 3 stories of you just like smashing your head in? That like I'm like, I like didn't know this about you at all. And you're just like, yeah. And you just like kept telling me more things. And then probably just like, I don't know, seeing you as a dad. And every time I see your baby, and I'm just like, oh my God, I love you. I'm like, please just keep being a dad. Make more gorgeous children. No,
Side
no pressure.
side note,
Yeah.
we had her baptism over the weekend. Yeah, super cute. We had her baptism over the weekend. The deacon that baptized her told us to make more kids.
Yeah, you should. You owe it to the world. She's gorgeous. My whole life, I was like an interracial baby. That would be beautiful. It's not. It's not. It's just going to be white as shit. But that's okay. I picked my husband. He's a lovely person. It is what it is. But we need more beautiful ethnic children. That's what we need, Danny.
She's very ethnic. Cool.
So you and Pal, whenever you're ready, no pressure.
But pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Yeah, it's like the time we talked about how like all of grad school we got the messaging like the field doesn't need more white ladies, and I'm like, cool. Sorry, I'm here. My bad. Fuck me, right? So yeah, but we do need more gorgeous, adorable children of yours. Those are my 3.
My 3 would be, 1, I love surprising you.
Oh, yeah, I love surprises.
I think that you are a genuinely just good surprise-y.
Thanks.
Like you accept it well, you're not rejecting it, you don't shy away from it, you don't get scared, you don't get like, oh, I have a surprise for you. Are we okay? What's going on? Why? Like, you're not any of those. Like, if I say, hey, I got something for you, this is going to be fun, then it's just like, yes, let's do it. That's what I need, right? Just go with it. So I really appreciate any memory, any time that I've been able to just like, I have a surprise for you. It's always turned into a really good day. Like today. Number 2 is spooky story season was such a great time. Particularly, I'm remembering the time where you were talking about alien hand syndrome, and then we went into like alien limb syndrome, and then you talked about the person walking in circles. That's still like one of my favorite clips. Where we both just broke.
Dad, but it's hit me every time.
So that was a good one. The last memory for me is actually talking about my postpartum. So outside of my wife, obviously, you're the only person who I had actually told and spoken to about it. Both, and like we brought it up a couple of times, but again, like being able to have that kind of relationship where it's like we're friends, we're business partners, we're this, we're that. But then, and we're also therapists, but it doesn't feel like we're taking from any of those, or it doesn't feel as if we're taking any of those roles for granted. This is also like what's happening to me. Can I share that with you? And yeah, it was really nice to be able to just share that with you.
Can I have an honorary 4th that I want to give you that I thought of as you were giving me mine?
Sure.
Okay, sorry. Your honorary 4th is because made me think of it when you said surprises. When I like come up with an episode that I'm just like I did good. Or when I get like really into it, or even like planning for the spooky season, what was it? The Milgram experiment when I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit Danny with these crazy findings. It's like when we have those and you'll be like, that one was really good. Or like when you give me praise or kudos, I'm literally like, yes, you have something about me. And so I think it's just, I don't know if that's like an altruism thing, but I just get so happy when like you or any of my close friends are the kind of people that are like, damn, Ollie, like nailed it or whatever. I'm just, there's like a little kid part of me that's just like, thank you. Like, I, like, yes, like my partner is proud of me. And so I love any time that you've been like, you hit it out of the park. I'm like, yes, those are good memories. They're fun.
Well, great. Thank you. Yeah, you do hit it out of the park often. You have a very good batting average.
Thank you. I can't say I could do that in actual baseball.
Question 5.
Okay, I answer this one first. No, you answer this one first. Sorry, you, because I
Me. Okay, let's go with me. Okay, so the question is, what do you think makes me different that you didn't realize before?
Ooh,
What do you think makes me different that you did not realize before?
that you're Mexican. Just kidding. I saw
Well,
that.
yeah, I don't think anybody didn't see that. I've gotten Indian a lot, actually.
Oh, I
Um,
could I could see also like other types of South American.
mm,
Yeah, I could see other.
yeah, no, Mexican. What do you think makes me different that you didn't? I don't want to get into this because I want to be respectful.
Oh.
But I do want to say that learning more about your upbringing,
Um,
I think really put a different context into the you I know today.
aw.
Without that context, I think who I met was just a very bubbly, very energetic, energizer bunny, just great energy, good person, right? With drive, someone with vision, someone with too much energy and everywhere to put it. But over the years, like having had conversations with you and learned where that came from has made me appreciate it, see it, and just respect it very differently. Uh, yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I thought that was gonna go a terrible direction at first.
No.
I was just like, on. I think for you, it's like I liked your personality. Like I knew we got along well. But the fact that then I think there were these layers to it, or it was like, oh, cool. Like you also want to keep like hanging out and talking. And then even when I like took a break from the program, it's like when you reached back out like months and months later to just be like, hey, like how have you been? Are you starting up again? Or like where are you at? It's like I think I just remember being like, oh, okay, we're like friends. Like this isn't just like oh yeah, it was like fun talking to each other and like consulting on things. I think it was like seeing that there were these different like levels to your personality, that it's funny because it seems like other people in your life too are just like you're hard to read, or you're just kind of this like, but like there's so many layers to me that I was like, oh, this is cool. Like he wants to go like deeper, or like, oh, he's down to like do other projects together. Like I think
Mhm.
just learning more about how like business wise or just creatively you're a lot like me, where it's like, cool, like what's next? What could we do with this? How could we shape that? Like I love that you're also like that. And just I think the layers to our friendship that came up over time. And then yeah, what became like, we're so like when we catch up with each other, it's not just like the weather's been nice here. It's just like, let me tell you about this friendship that randomly fell apart. Like, I mean, it's like it's I love how layered our friendship is, and that like that you are, that I maybe would not have thought of when I met you. I just thought it was like, oh, cool. A guy who's a therapist, but also kind of reminds me of like my guy friends that are like, oh, we would jive well. And I think it went far beyond like us jiving well.
Cool. I
Yeah.
love that. Thank you. Last question.
Yeah.
Last question is, what do you think that you still don't understand about me?
What do I still not understand about you?
Yeah, what do you think you still don't understand about me?
See, it's like I would say nothing. And it's not because I think like I know everything about you. I think it's because it's like we're both so open with each other, or even things that like we don't know, or it's like, huh, I don't know, I've never really thought about that, or like, I don't know, like maybe that's something I'd grapple with in a year or think about in like 5 years. But like I'm not sure what I'd want that to be. I think it's more like from that angle, where it's not that what was the question? That I don't understand about you? I mean, it's like on a logistics level, a lot. Like, I don't know, like your family history. Like sure, there's lots of things I maybe don't like know, but overall, I wouldn't say any like I don't feel like I walk around being like, "Oh, that elusive part of Danny that
Mm,
I don't know." I'm just like, "No, if I ever wanted to know anything, I'd ask." And I feel like you'd either be honest or you'd be like, "Huh, I don't even know." Or like, "I've never really thought about it." So I don't know. Maybe it's a cop out answer. So my answer is like, I don't really think there's anything.
that is verbatim what my answer would be.
Right?
Is either the answer or I don't know.
Yeah.
And that I would be okay with, like, I don't know would be a sufficient answer.
Yeah, because both of us are the kind of people that are like literally we talked about in our last episode. They're like, huh, who knows? Or like, huh, like this is
Yeah.
what I currently think on it, but might change my mind. I'm not too sure. Like I don't have enough data on that yet. I'd have to look more into that and or like sit on that more. So it's like I think because I know we are both like that, nothing feels like elusive. It feels like everything that you show or tell me is like the stuff that you're actively thinking about or grappling with or whatever. It doesn't feel like there's anything hiding. It just feels like other stuff might not be as prevalent or important right now that it's not like at the forefront.
Okay, cool. I,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I don't think that's a cop out answer because I'm actually going to steal it. So if anything, that is a
Yeah.
cop out answer. I saved this one for last. Like I've been kind of shuffling it through because I wanted to ask it. It felt like a good one, but I also struggled with it myself. I thought for a minute that I wanted to challenge myself and really find something, but I also think I want to just take your lead or, yeah, I think that there's truth in what you said.
But you can say something else if you wanted to.
It wouldn't feel like authentic. It wouldn't feel real.
Okay.
Like I would be saying it for the sake of saying it and it would be like logistical. You know, it's like, well, yeah, no shit. There's 100 things I don't know. So I'm going to pick one of them to answer the question. But the
Uh,
truth is that, yeah, I don't know a lot about you, but what is always presented always seems to be transparent, true, genuine. And it's like, yeah, I don't need to, I don't need to know everything. I think what we have is a beautiful amount of trust in each other, right? Faith in question. I have a lot of faith in you, knowing that I don't know everything. And so,
mhm.
even as we're going on this journey, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand a lot of what's going on. I don't know where this is going to go in a year. We're approaching a year of Freudian slips if we haven't already
Yeah.
done it yet. And that doesn't bother me because if a question comes up, I know I can just turn to you and ask and I'll get the answer or we won't know together.
Yeah, or both those will just be like, shit. I didn't oh no. This is one, Danny, though, where like I think it's funny. I know you said that there are cards for like intimate partners. This is the first card that I'm like, I get why this answer would be different with maybe someone you've been with for, years.
Sure.
You're like, at like that kind of like an intimate level. Cause I can get how it's like, ooh, it's something about me you still don't understand. Like I get why at that type of level, or if you're living with them, if you're having sex with them, if you have a family with them. I get why there might be these things that are like, I just don't get like why like these things still make you react like this. Or, it's like I get how that could be a very good question. But also I love that in our friendship, it's like those things don't come up because it's like, no, for like what our friendship is. And I think how good our communication is. It's like you said, it's like I don't need to know everything about every aspect of your life or like why you tick this way or why you do that. It's like as long as we're communicating about it and as things would show up in our friendship, we'd address them.
Hmm.
But when they don't, like I don't feel the need to know that at like a certain depth or level.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
like with like a significant other, I think it's a different ball game. And it's like this, like I'm seeing you and being around you all the time, that these little nuances or these like inconsistencies I might notice that aren't like a game changer, but like you'd pick up on that and be like, huh, like why do they do that? Or why? But like you and me, I feel like show up very similar with each other every week for as long as I've known you. Even if like one of us is sick or one is in a bad mood or like upset about something or really tired, it's like, sure, we can feel differently, like mood wise, but the way we show up with each other, I think is super, super consistent every single week in a way that like is not possible when you live with a significant other, or even honestly, like our editor, who's my best friend who lives down the street. It's like we are so in each other's lives and space that it's like we will have times that are like snappy or that are like whatever. And it's just like someone has an attitude today and it's like, weird. I was going to say the same to you. It's like, it's just different when you're around them all the time
Yeah.
versus like I think you and me who already communicate well. I think our personalities just mesh really well together and we just like show up in a very intentional way each week that I don't even think that stuff comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. So thank you for spending some quality time with me. This, because I know that we do have times for check-ins and then we do the job. It's the intentional time that we check in with one another, where we give each other our attention, and then we are actually sharing to know and be known. It's times like this that make all of the business end of it fun. I love doing everything else in Freudian Slips with you. It feels connected because we have such a good time when we are just being in each other's spaces. This one, I really like this one. So if you liked some of the questions, I think that you should pick it up. They are not sponsoring us, although they should.
I know. If anyone ever
But
wants to sponsor us, send us an
yeah,
email.
but I genuinely really like this product. So this was
So
kind of
do
like a
I.
little product review. I did have to sift through it because a lot of I think this has such good couples questions.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to use them. But yeah, it was, if the questions today seemed a little lackluster for you, that's because I wanted to really focus on our relationship. And I wanted to be respectful to our our personal relationships. And so I had to find some that really we can kind of use.
Uh-huh.
But if people out there are also looking for a free one, I still think that Gottman Card Decks is a beautiful free resource. You can find it on your iOS or Android app store. Type in Gottman Card Decks. It's usually one of the first things that pop up. This was quality time. I hope that you guys learned something. Do you have anything to send us off with? Any last minute notes?
Oh my God, no. Just that this was so darn cute. And thank God I don't have a session after this because I'm just going to go like garden and pet my dogs and probably cry a little bit. In such a good mood. I had a friend once that said she was so excited she pooped. I was like, that's genuinely how I feel. It's like I'm so happy right now that I think I might just like tear up a little bit and drink an Ollie pop and be like, what a day.
Well, that
That's
makes
where
me
I'm
very, very
at.
happy.
Yeah.
That makes me
Oh,
happy.
Danny, this was really great. And I love that you gave like just such succinct ways of like what it isn't, different ways depending or like even with different amounts of time that you could do quality time. And then I love that you built some in for us. Oh, successful day. Oh, see you next week, Danny.